Surah Kahf. Surah Kahf, section 1, verse 1 to 8, a book to guide through the straight path. Praise, praise to be God who has sent His servant, the book, and has not placed therein any crookedness, straight, in order that he may warn of a terrible punishment from him, and that he may give glad tidings to the believers who are righteous deeds, that they shall have a goodly reward, wherein they shall remain forever. Further, further that further that he may warn those who say, God has begotten a son. No knowledge they have of such a thing, nor had their fathers. Mighty is the word that comes out of their mouths. What they say is nothing but falsehood. You would only patience patience fret thy patience. You would only you would only perchance fret thyself to death in grief, following after them, because they believe not in this message. That which is on earth we have made but as a glittering show for the earth, in order that we may test them, so to which of them are best in conduct. Verily, what is on earth we shall make but as dust and dry soil. Section 2 of chapter 18, verse 9 to 31, companions of the cave. Or do you reflect that companions of the cave, and of the inscription where wonders among our sign? Behold, the youths betook themselves in the cave. They said, Our Lord, bestow on us mercy from thyself, and dispose of our affair for us in the right way. Then withdrew over their ears for a number of years in the cave. Then we roused them in order to test which of the two parties was best at calculating the term of years they had tarried. We relate to you their story in truth. They are youths who believed in their Lord, and we increased them guidance. We gave strength to their minds to do be him. Behold, they stood up and said, Our Lord is the Lord of the skies and of the lands. Never shall we call upon any god other than Him. If we did, we should indeed have uttered an enormity. This this our people have taken for worship gods other than Him. Why do they not bring forward an authority clear for what they do? Who does more wrong thing than such as invent a falsehood against God? When you turn away from them, and the things they worship, and they worship the other than God, betake yourselves to the cave. Your Lord will shower his mercies on you, and dispose of your affair towards comfort and ease. You should have seen You should have seen the sun when it rose, declining to the right from the cave, and when it set, turning away from them to the left, right to left, their right to left, while while they lie in the open space in the midst of the cave. Sure, sure are among the signs of God. We sorry, he whom see he whom God guides is rightly guided, but he whom God leaves to stray, for him will you find no protector to lead him to the right way. Fine sorry you would have deemed them awake while they were asleep, and were turned them on their right and on their left sides, their dog stretching forth his his four legs on the threshold, on the threshold. If you had come up onto them, you would have certainly turned back from there in flight, and would certainly have been filled with terror of them, such as raise them up that they might question each other. Once of them said, "How long have you stayed?" They said, "We have stayed a day, or a part of a day." They said, "God knows best how long you have stayed here. Now send you then one of you with his money of yours to the town. Let him find out which is the best food, and bring some to you that satisfy your hunger therewith, and let him behave with care and courtesy, and let him not inform anyone about you. For if they should come upon you, they would stone you, or force you to return to their cult, and in that case you would never attain prosperity. Thus did we make their case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of God is true, and that there can be no doubt about the hour of judgment. Behold, they dispute among themselves as to their fare. Said, construct a building over them. Their Lord knows best about them. Those who prevail over their affair say, let us surely build a place of worship over them. Seven sleepers of Ephesus. Kahf. Say, they were three, the dog being the fourth among them. Say they were five, the dog being the sixth. Doubtfully guessing at the unknown. Say they were seven, the dog bring the eight. Say you, my Lord knows best their number. None knows them but a few. Enter not therefore into controversies concerning them, except on a matter that is clear, nor consult any of them about the sleepers. Nor say nor say of anything, I shall be sure to do so, and so tomorrow, without adding, if God wills, and call your Lord to mind when you forget, and say, I hope that my Lord will guide me ever close than this to the right road. So they stayed in their cave 300 years, and added nine. Say, God God knows best how long they stayed with him with him with him are the secret of the skies and lands. How clearly he sees, how finely he hears. They have no protector over than him, nor does he share his command with any person whatsoever. And recite and recite what was being revealed to you of the book of your Lord. None can change his words, and none will you find as a refugee other than him. Refuge other than him. And keep your soul content with those who call on their Lord morning and evening, seeking His face, and let not your eyes pass beyond them, seeking the pomp and glitter of this life, nor obey any one's heart. We have permitted to neglect 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 the remembrance of us, one who follows his own desires, whose case has gone beyond all bounds. Say the truth is from your Lord. Then whatsoever will let him believe, and whatsoever wills let him disbelieve. For the wrongdoers we have prepared a fire whose walls will be surrounding them. If they implore relief, they will be granted water like melted brass, that will scald their faces. How dreadful the drink, how uncomfortable a couch to recline on. As to those who believe and work righteous, verily we shall not suffer to perish the reward of any who do a righteous deed. For them will be Jannah of eternity. Eternity. When it them rivers will follow. They will be adorned. They will be adorned there with with bracelets, with bracelets of gold, and they will wear green garments of fine silk, and heavy brocade. They will recline. They will recline therein on raised thrones. How good the recompense. How beautiful a couch to recline on. Section 3 of chapter 18, verse 32 to 44. Protection in this life. Set forth to set forth to set forth to them the parable of two men. For one of them we provided two gardens of grapevines, and surrounded them with date palms. In between two we place cornfields. We place cornfields surrounded with date palms and grapevines. Date palms and grapevines. Okay. Each of those gardens brought forth its produce, and failed not in the least therein. In the midst of them we caused a river to flow, and he had property, and he said to his companion in the course of a mutual talk, I am more than you in wealth, and stronger in respect of men. He went into his garden in a state unjust to his soul. He said, I deem not that this will ever perish, nor do I deem that the hour will come. Even if I am brought back to my Lord, I shall surely find something better in exchange. his companion said to him in the course of the argument with him, do you deny him who created you out of dust? Then out then out you then out of then out of a minute drop, then fashioned you into a man. But as for my part, that he is God, my Lord, and none shall I associate with my Lord. When did you not, as you went into your garden, say, God will? There is no power but with God. If you do say me less than you in wealth and sons, it may be that my Lord will give me something better than your garden, and that he will send on your garden thunderbolts from sky, making it slippery sand, and making it slippery sand, or the water of garden will run off underground, so that you will never be able to find it. So so his so so his so his fish so his fruit were encompassed, and he remained twisting and turning his hands over what he had spent on his property, which had tumbled to pieces to its very foundations, and he could only say, woe is me! Would I had never straight patterns to my Lord and cherisher, nor had he numbers to help him against God, nor was he able to deliver himself. There the protection comes from Allah, the true one, the true one, the true one. He is the best to reward and the best to give success. Section 4 of chapter 18, verse 45 to 53, the afterlife. The fourth of them, the fourth of them, the fourth of them similitude similitude of the life of this world. It is like the rain which we send down from the skies. The earth's vegetation absorbs it, but soon it becomes dry stubble, which the winds to scatter. It is God who prevails over all things. Wealth and sons are allurements of the life of this world, but the things that endure, good deeds are best in the sight of your Lord as rewards, and best as hopes. One day we shall remove the mountains, and you will see the land as a level stretch, and we shall gather them all together, nor shall we leave out any one of them, and they will marshal before your Lord in ranks. Now have you come to us, as you created you first, nigh, but missing we shall not fulfill the appointment made to you towards sector. Allah. And the book will placed, and you will see sinful in great terror, because what is therein they will say, ah, woe to us. What a book is this? It leaves out nothing small or great, but takes account thereof. They will they will find all that they did placed before them, and not one will your Lord treat with injustice. Behold, 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 we say to the angels, bow down to Adam. They bowed down except Iblis. He was one. He was one of the jinns, and he broke the command of his Lord. Will you then take him and his progeny as protectors then, rather than me, and they are enemies to you. Evil would be the exchange for the wrong doors. I made them not to witness the creation of my skies and lands, not their own creation, nor it is for me to take as helpers such as lead astray. One day he will say, call on those whom you taught me to my parents, and they will come on them, but they will not listen to them, and we shall set a crucible Maubican between them, and the sinful shall see the fire, and upper hand that they are to fall in it. No means will they find to turn away from there. Section 5. Section 5 of chapter 18, verse 54 to 59, the warning. We have explained in detail in this Quran every kind of similitude of the benefit of mankind, but man is contentious, but man is contentious is most thing, and what is there to keep back men from believing now that guidance has come to them, nor from praying for forgiveness from their Lord, but that the ways of the ancients ancients be repeated with them, or the wrath be brought to them face to face. We only we only we only we only said we only send the apostles to give glad tidings and to give warnings, but the unbelievers dispute with vain argument in order therewith to awaken the truth, and they treat my verses just a jest, as also the fact that they are warned, and who does more wrong than one who is reminded of the verses of his Lord, but turns away from them, forgetting the deeds on bracket which has hands have sent forth. Verily we have set veils over their hearts, lest they should understand this, and over their ears deafness, if you call them to guidance. Even then will they never accept guidance. But your Lord is most forgiving, full of mercy. If he were to call them to account for what they have earned, then surely he would have hastened their punishment. But they have their appointed time, beyond beyond which they will find no refuge. Such were such were the such were the population such were the populations we destroyed when they committed iniquities, but we fixed an appointment but we fixed an appointed time for their destruction. Till then, Assalamu alaikum.